Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's teaching, we're going to be discussing the intestine, but more specifically the small intestine versus the large intestine. Now, the intestine is divided into two major parts anyway, the small intestine and the large intestine. And although both of them are involved in digestion, they define structure, function, and other features, and those features will be discussed in today's teaching. So by my left side here, we have the features, we have small intestine, and we have large intestine. So let's take these features one after the other and discuss them. So the first thing we'll be talking about is the length. Now for small intestine, it is about 6 meters, while for large intestine is about 1.5 meters. So this is much more shorter than this, right? So let's go to diameter. The small intestine has a much more narrow diameter in comparison to large intestine, which is wider. Then let's go to portion. The small intestine is the central part of the abdomen, while the large intestine is the peripheral parts of the abdomen. So this is the central part, here is the peripheral parts of the abdomen. Now let's go to parts. What are the parts of the small intestine? We have the duodenum, we have the jejunum, we have the ileum. And for large intestine, we have the cecum, we have the colon, and we have the rectum. So another feature that will be taken in this class is main function. The main function of small intestine is digestion and absorption of nutrients, while for large intestine is for absorption of water and formation of feces. So let's go to mucosal surface. For small intestine, it's known as circular folds and villi, but for large intestine, it has no villi present. Now, please, before we move on, if you have to subscribe to this channel, please do that. It helps the algorithm. Thank you so much. Now, let's go to the next feature, which is villi. For small intestine, we have villi present, but for large intestine, we have villi absent. So let's go to circulations. For small intestine, they are absent, but for large intestine, they are present. So let's go to goblet cells. Now in the large intestine, we have more numerous goblet cells in comparison to small intestine, where we have fewer ones. So let's go to the color of the small intestine and the large intestine in cadaver. So the color for small intestine is pinkish, while the one for large intestine is somehow grayish. So let's go to mobility. For small intestine, it is more mobile in comparison to large intestine, which is less mobile in some parts. Anyway, let's go to appendices epiploicae. For large intestine, we have it is present, but for small intestine, it is absent. And lastly, we'll be talking about Pear's patches. For small intestine, it is common, especially in the ileum. Anyway, but for large intestine, it is rare to find. So overall, we have the length, diameter, position, parts, main function, mucosal surface, villi, circulation, goblet cells, color in cadaver, mobility, appendices epiploicae, and Pear's patches. So with that, with this, you understand small intestine versus large intestine. Thank you so much, and see you in our next class.